Right, because essentially, I just used the hotel as a hospital.
Yeah, that's what you
on
did.
Sunday night.
You were at a hotel hospital.
Right, okay.
On Sunday night.
That's interesting. I got food poisoning at a show in Albany.
What?
On Sunday night. And
Why didn't you call?
how does that phone call go for you?
Yeah.
I would have prayed. I would have sent over well wishes. Maybe ordered some soup.
what-
I would have had. I wanted to stress for you. I would have stressed for you. You know?
What a fun response to I had food poisoning. And why didn't you call?
You should have called.
I should have called. I would have done.
Should have called. Could have done from states away.
I know you went through it and all, but what the fuck, man? Why didn't you reach out?
Why couldn't you stop barfing
He didn't tell me.
and pick up the phone?
He
like
didn't
my
tell me
mother.
when he got his half-hour special. He didn't tell me when he had food poisoning on the road.
Because I thought you'd be jealous of both.
I really want to lose that weight. Any means necessary.
Sorry. Yeah, I didn't want to come
Yeah, you
out
look thin.
leaner and meaner, and you
Yeah.
get more upset.
I know. Let me bring us in.
Yeah,
Bring us in.
Welcome to Talktown. Woo! You Talktown, where we're changing the world from the town up. And very importantly, I'm just trying to get the people. If you enjoy it, subscribe to the Patreon. Patreon.com.
There you go.
/ Welcome to Talktown. We got to get those numbers up fast.
Yeah. Okay.
Fast. I'm bleeding, and I cannot go to a urgent care.
Okay.
So now we don't really have to. I want to thank all the Patreon subscribers already.
Yes.
That's really great.
Yeah, man.
It's been
guys.
fun. And the podcast has been fun. And if you're listening now, you are still considered to be in on the ground level.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I think, and you'll probably be considered that for at least a year.
Yeah.
I was
The
gonna say,
ground
what
level.
episode are they no longer the ground level?
It's taken a while to build the rest of the floors.
Yes. This
I
is
would say.
still a rancher.
Yeah. Not on the roof yet. Well, yeah. Nothing. Nothing.
We're an
Brian.
hour earlier than we
Nothing.
normally
We are-
recorded. You could really feel it across the board.
It's going to be a slow build
Today.
Yeah.
But I think it's if we're comfortable in the speed of it, we're going to have a great time.
We just gotta ease in.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I had a show last night at I didn't get out. My spot time was 12:50.
Oof.
I didn't go on till 1:35.
No. Who did that?
Who do you think?
I mean, there's a list.
Yeah, there's a
Mayor
list.
Adams.
Actually, honestly, no, this show's just all got. Yeah,
His new comedy club.
congestion pricing
Eric's
is fucking my
spot.
set times.
Oh,
No, that was
Oh.
a joke.
my
Kind
bad,
of. That doesn't
man.
even make sense.
no, it's fine. We ran
Just
over
the
each other and then just looked at each other.
Yeah, just headbutts. And then so I got home at somehow I got home at 3:30, and then
God, on a Monday?
on a Monday.
That sucks.
On a Monday, and then woke up this morning at 6:30 because we had to be here early. So I got
Well,
the kids
that's
up early.
way ahead of how early we had to be here.
No, but I had
Well,
to
he's
get
got
the
to
kids
wake up for
The kids.
and bring
Yes.
them to school.
Yes.
I was telling Alex, man, I woke those motherfuckers up way too early. And I woke out, I was like, come on, I gotta go to school. And he was like, it's dark. What? Like, what? It's still dark. Like, that's the way we wake him up is with bird sounds.
Aw.
You know, it's like a bird
That's a
sound
nice
alarm.
way to wake up.
Well,
Yeah,
it's
it's
just Greg making the sound.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
It is here.
It's all jungle birds.
Calvin has to wake up and name all the different birds that Greg is saying, and if he gets one wrong, he has to go back to bed.
Yeah, no, he would just wake up and go, Falcon, see you later. Really like to sleep. See you in 2 hours. So he goes, Dad, no birds. No birds. I was like, yeah, I know no birds, but we gotta get up early today. He was like, Dad, no birds. So you gotta wake up, man. I gotta be on a podcast in 4 hours.
Buddy.
Yeah. So I brought those guys to school, and then
Cute.
and then we're here. Sat in traffic. Hour and a half traffic. Fun.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
Yeah. But so I kind of about 45 minutes worth of sleep, and Wellbutrin is fucking kicking. So
Yeah?
we're good. Yeah, I don't feel stressed, I guess.
That's good.
Just drove
Yeah, you
in.
seem super chill.
Just
Yeah,
haven't
you seem
slept.
pretty chill.
Lex, what's up with the feet on the table? Is it no-go or a go-go?
No, I'm going to say no go. I could already not see the camera lens.
Okay. Is there
Also,
a way?
you just ate, we ate off
Oh,
this
straight
surface.
out? Well, okay.
Get
That's
your
what I mean.
shoes off of it.
That's what I was saying.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's why I
This
asked.
guy needs a father.
That's why
You
I
got to be
asked.
Anthony's father.
All right.
That's why I asked.
Go to
That's-
bed.
That's exactly why I asked if it was a no-go or a go-go.
So you think the shoes
this
off?
is the solution?
Shoes
somebody
off is gonna
said
be-
somebody said I got to take my shoes off.
Well, it was
You said that.
the shoe.
But he said that. Did you say that, Dad?
I was I was like, get your shoes off the table.
Right.
Not take your shoes off your feet.
I heard that. All right, so shoes back on.
Yeah, shoes. Well, shoes off.
Why don't I
feet
do
off the
one
table.
on?
Now they're okay,
One on.
One on.
No elevating feet unless they're injured. Okay, if we're not
Why don't you
working
back-
rice,
Why
then
don't you back
What's-
this table up a little bit, and then you could kind of have your feet up on this lower level
Yeah, we'll do that.
because you've got it so close to you.
And I mean, I am injured though. You know, what's the
What-
extent
what-
of the injury?
what injury?
How far? What's the statute
What's the
of
injury?
limitations in terms of the geography?
Insane to just
how
do it again.
Are your feet
One.
back already?
Doing one.
That's not the deal. The deal's no feet. They can't see
You
my
said
face.
an injury. I had food poisoning 2 days ago.
Well, you said they'll do you do
count?
diarrhea.
No, I violently threw up 10 times at a Hilton in Poughkeepsie.
Well, I wouldn't be asking if you called me. You didn't call me.
How
would
would
talk
that?
you through it.
Well, you would have talked me through it.
Yeah, if you're feeling sick, I'd be like, "Oh, buddy, you're all right. You okay? Do you need anything?
Yeah.
Should I send you something?" That's
Yeah,
what I
you
said.
could
gonna
have had
send
it. You
me-
could have had it on on speakerphone on the floor of the bathroom.
Yeah.
With Greg echoing through.
I would have put some new John
Hilton.
Reacher on for us to watch together. We would sync it. We go ready, go, and then we would sync a new episode of Reach.
You guys watching Reacher?
Yeah. What?
You guys watching Reacher together?
So
Yeah.
can I get you caught up to speed?
Yep.
DeVito and I went to do a romantic weekend together.
Oh yeah, Vermont.
Yeah, we did Valentine's Day in
Yeah.
Vermont. The Saturday show, it starts. We get 17 inches of snow,
Yeah.
and Anthony and I weren't not able to leave, so we get snowed into the hotel.
Oh my God.
I brought my projector.
I thought that's like what they deal with all the time. Like 17 inches to me feels like they're like that's a lot, but like we're still walking around.
I think people were walking around.
We were walking around. Businesses were open.
Yeah.
I mean, the town was functioning. It was more so Greg and I driving back home. It was already like a 5.5 or 5 hour drive. And then with that, driving in that amount of snow, that was more like...
Yeah. But why?
too much.
You got snowed into the hotel?
No, we got
Canceled the show.
Yeah, not like physically couldn't open the doors to get out of the hotel. It was, we walked around.
Yeah.
But we couldn't leave the town,
Oh, I see.
Yeah, we couldn't leave the town, so we didn't drive. So Anthony just had a full day, a full Sunday together with no shows.
Oh man.
And I brought my
What a treat.
It was
kind of was
awesome.
great.
It
I
In
mean-
Burlington.
Like a fun, it's a literal snow day, like from
was
growing
awesome.
up, but as
Yeah.
an adult with your
Right.
best friend.
And I was
That's
stressing.
nice.
And your own money.
And you're
Yes. You're like, I could buy stuff.
Yeah.
That's the big issue with being a kid off or whatever. It's not... You pretty much can't buy stuff. you
Yeah.
know?
right.
Yeah.
Go
You
out
can't
and
just be
spend
like,
money.
I'm getting grilled cheese. Fuck it.
Yeah, not that we're ripping up the town, but exactly.
Like-
Getting a grilled cheese.
I'm gonna,
kinda
I'm
ripped
gonna
up
have
the
a glass
town.
of wine with lunch. Like that kind of
Right,
that
exactly.
move.
We kind of did rip up the town.
Yeah, man. We had pho.
Love
And I
fun.
was very furious at this woman. We go in there. She goes, it's so snowy out. 17
Yeah.
inches, right? We walk in.
Perfect
she goes,
pho weather.
Yeah, perfect pho
Shockingly,
weather.
even though it's like not where pho is birthed from, that kind of weather.
These poor people, they don't even know. You know what I mean?
Right.
They've created the ideal snow
Yes.
meal.
Poor people,
Yes.
do you mean Japanese people?
Vietnamese people.
Vietnamese people.
Same thing.
Oh boy.
Were you trying to get on me?
I was.
And then you.
That's right.
This is a beautiful thing that just happened.
Get it?
Greg was trying to get on me for being racist, then called them the wrong thing and had to retract the next thing he was
Yep.
going to say.
Yep.
That
I
was
tried to
awesome.
get in
It
front of you
does
in front of the
snow.
light. And I drove myself right into a tree. What are you gonna do?
But,
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's never snows there. To what
Yeah.
you're saying,
And it's
they'll-
a perfect snow food.
that man,
There is Mount Fuji is full of snow.
that is in Japan.
That's right.
Yep, that's Japan.
That's right. That's right. It is. Still is. Always has been. Ain't moving it.
They got to take it on
Anthony,
tour.
you got a wire problem.
Oh, it could be the feet thing.
Nope.
Maybe if
It's not
my
the
feet are up.
You've
You think your
destabilized
feet are-
everything by taking your feet down.
Your feet are antennas that are.
like
I need to
rabbit
ground
ears.
me. I need to ground myself. Sure, that's what it is.
Oh, does it work here? Or is
Yeah.
it working now?
So we went. So real quick.
Can I say a quicker
Yes,
thing?
a quicker thing. Yes.
Wow. Well, let's see.
They got to take Mount Fuji on tour.
They gotta take Mount Fuji on tour.
Take it on tour.
Like the
does that
space
mean?
rocks, like the moon rocks when you were a kid.
Yep.
They bring the moon rocks to little kids. Like these are the moon rocks we were in the mall. Here's a piece of Mount Fuji.
Yeah.
Now it's snowy. you know.
Yeah. Cut a slice of the mountain
Right.
or some kind of, take that thing on the road. I don't know, Libby. I don't know the ins and outs of how to get this done. I'm just saying,
You're saying if we could
take it on the
if
road.
we could see it come through our hometown, there's going to be a parade.
Yep.
I want to also double down and say the people in Vietnam, because as I know, is a very hot place. The fact that they created one of the hottest soups in this town.
Yes.
It was very silly and
Why did
stupid.
we think we'd ever win a war against them?
Exactly. They're heating up them bodies. You know, they don't care. They're punishing
100%.
themselves. Their meals should all be snow cones.
That is a great point.
Right.
That is a wild move.
Well, like people say, like if it's hot, you're supposed to eat hot food, like really hot. Not like, oh, it's 82, but like
Yeah.
if it's really hot, you should be eating hot food. And I've never understood if that's true, and if so, why.
Right. Sure. Well,
Like people say it, but I'm like, well, I don't know if that's real or if that's just people being like, eat the soup.
well, if your nose
Right.
hurts, you punch him in the arm. You go, oh, my nose doesn't hurt. Well, now my arm hurts. It's the same thing. It's a soup thing. It's hot outside. Well, now my insides are burning.
Right, right.
My
'Cause every time I
outside,
eat
that's now
pho,
cool.
I'm destroying my mouth, throat, and the top of my stomach, just
Right.
like with a 3rd-degree burn, and I won't stop.
Right. Right. So we get to this place 15 minutes early. The place isn't open. We walk in, completely empty
How early
restaurant.
are you trying to eat this soup?
We're going to take questions at the end.
Think it would actually be better for the pacing if we took them in the middle?
It's 4 o'clock.
I agree with her. I think you should be allowed to ask questions during the story.
Like, are you guys trying to go for lunch and it's like 10:40, or are you going for like an early dinner and it's just like late afternoon?
No, it was afternoon. It was like
Okay.
Yeah.
noon or 2. Like it was
around 3.
Okay.
right. Yeah, it was later.
Yeah,
They're
you were
opening
right,
for
man. I'm
dinner.
not, yeah.
You're
Get off
there
my
a little-
back, man.
I'm not judging.
Should've
I'm
called
just
me.
looking
Right.
for all of the context.
Sure. We get there at like 2:45. Because
All right.
here's the thing. This story isn't good enough. That's why. So I was like, I'm trying to speed through it, and I don't know why.
What are any of the? Well, we're just talking.
Yeah.
We're just talking.
I say we try to make this the whole episode.
If we can make the
try
whole
to-
episode-
I think we try to make
If
this.
you guys can make the whole episode, you guys getting fun, then watching Reacher on Amazon in a hotel room,
Yeah.
I will be really proud of us.
I think we pick this thing apart until this is the whole episode.
All right.
Let's try it.
Drain this thing
Let's try
dry.
No clips this week.
Maybe we'll get one. I think we already got one. I think we already got something.
the shoe
Yeah.
stuff was great.
That was great.
gold.
Also, anyway, so 2:45 we get there. I go.
Where'd you go for a second?
What?
Where'd you go for a
You
second?
left and came back.
Oh, I'm asleep, man. I'm sleeping, brother. I'm asleep at the wheel. You know. Then you wake up and you're like, I was driving. You ever
Yep.
have one of
Oh,
those
yeah.
happen?
Oh, the
you
worst.
go,
Yesterday-
I was dreaming. I was driving.
100%.
Yep. Yesterday.
One eye open.
Yeah.
One eye open. An hour removed from violently throwing up.
Oh man.
Listening.
Sunday was like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
This is recent.
Yeah. Sunday night.
Christ.
Yeah. No, and like, that feeling of like, where am I?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my son had this morning when I woke him up at 4 a.m. to go to work, to go to school.
Go to work.
Also, by the way, real cute thing he does now is he goes, I got to get my work stuff. And he grabs his
My
book and
work
his hammer.
stuff.
He's got a little play hammer, his work stuff, and his book. And I go, Dad, I can't go. I got to get my work stuff. I go, get your work stuff. It's a train
That's-
book and a hammer. Where do you work?
So funny. A hammer.
Yeah. Also, like, I'm a comedian.
We don't even have work
Well,
stuff.
I know what work. Who is he? What man is he seeing with a hammer and a book?
Right.
He's never seen me with a hammer or a book in my life. I don't know who gave him this idea of work stuff. I can get my work stuff.
What are they teaching him in that school?
No.
So Piers Morgan, this is what a man looks
Yes.
like, gang.
Yeah, it's blue collar worker. You know, so these guys work stuff. So we get there 2:45.
All right.
I walk in. Lady goes, we open in 15 minutes. And then Anthony, I go, okay, I guess we'll circle the block in the blizzard. So we walked around the block in the blizzard because she wouldn't let it just let us sit. Don't take our order for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I was very mad
Yeah.
at this woman.
Yeah.
I think maybe also, and I agree with you, to maybe Liby's point about it snows so much there that's not an anomaly there,
Yeah.
that they're like, oh,
I
whatever.
don't think they're like, those are insane conditions to ask people to go out into. I think that like 4 times a winter, they see that kind of snowfall. So they're just like, yeah, go take a lap, boys.
I said, beautiful day outside. Beautiful day outside. We're still not open. I'm still going to say, but you know what? Grab a seat, hang around for 15. The chairs are still working. The place was in order.
Well, we haven't turned the chairs on yet.
Right, exactly. That's like you got 15.
We gotta get these things need to stretch.
Yeah, but like imagine like, I don't know. Imagine if you were setting up for a show and 2 people were like, can we come in and just sit? Well, I know we're really early and you're doing your work and they're just staring at you, waiting
Yes, I would be okay with it.
I
First of
would
all,
be
show
okay
is
with it, too.
different.
Yeah.
The show's different.
Shows, well, yeah, a show is
So much
that's
different.
just
They
like
have
the
waiting
context I have
areas.
for us. But like, I don't know, somebody like just kind of like sitting in with, like, it would make me, I'd be able to do it, but I wouldn't like it. Like, I'd be like a little stressed at like somebody's waiting. Am I doing this? Like, am I moving fast enough for them? Now I have an audience.
You know what? I'm going to be more stressed. They go, I got these poor people walking around in a fucking blizzard. Maybe
right.
they'll be dead. Maybe they won't come back. Anyway, remember how
I just murdered 2 people. The blood is on my
Two
hands.
grown men who were having a snow day.
But remember how angry I was?
Yes.
And then we were like, we had a moment.
Yes.
I can't exactly remember what happened, but it was something.
So she told us we open in about 15 minutes. So then Greg and I.
What kind of like is this like kind of like a little like the pho place over here that we went to where it's like
Just like
it's
that.
casual, like it's not like a whole thing.
Super casual. Nobody's in there.
Nobody.
Nobody's in there.
It's just like her.
Yeah.
Nobody was in there the whole time we were there.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Well, it was snowing.
It was
Yeah,
snowing.
but there were people. There are people out and about. Almost every
Pho
store
is great
open.
for snow.
Some fan. We had a fan who I'm pretty sure wasn't at the show.
Oh yeah,
Walked up and goes,
that was
DeVito
very
goes,
funny. That
DeVito and
was
Greg.
very, very funny.
Yeah.
A fan of yours found you in Vermont, but didn't go to the show.
Definitely
you
was
did?
not at the show.
Not at the show. But he goes, DeVito and Stone.
Yeah, he was like, DeVito, Stone, Burlington welcomes you. Like the most Vermont.
And then he like skis away.
yeah.
Wait, that is insane. You didn't cancel any shows, right? You did all the
Did all the
I guess
shows.
this or like the Sunday night, there wasn't going to be a show. You just stayed overnight for the
Exactly.
driving. Okay.
Yes.
I don't
it's
think I gave you
so
gas
it's not
money.
like he was gonna
What's that?
come.
I don't think I gave him gas money.
Greg, you're
I'll
a
figure that out.
father of 2. Don't
Yeah,
worry about
just
it.
you're doing fine.
Yeah, but like, we got Discount Anthony. This guy you weren't getting headlining money. You got feature money.
They paid me more than they would pay a normal feature.
Really?
Yeah. They did
Very
me right.
nice.
Yeah,
They did
yeah.
you right.
10 grand.
Wow.
They double my rate.
That gets me jealous because I made 30 grand and I believe that the headliner should make at least triple what the feature makes.
Take it up with him.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you got
So
we
funny that somebody found you in Vermont. That like somebody saw you, recognized you, talked to you, and like knew it was you.
And then saw the show poster and went, not today.
To be fair, he might have been at the shows, but probably not.
What makes you think he wasn't?
His exuberance to see us.
Yeah.
Right.
I think
he
if he-
seemed surprised.
Yes.
Like, oh wow, you guys are here.
Yeah.
Yes.
It must be on a lover's vacation. I think he thought. He's like Greg and Anthony on their lover's vacation.
Yeah, here they are eating soup together at 3.
Yeah.
That's what they do when they're out of town and the wives are nowhere to be found.
Yeah.
Finally free. It's your Brokeback Mountain.
Which was such a great movie.
A great film.
I didn't expect it to be.
Why not?
I thought it was going to be some gay romp, but it was not. It was like a very romantic love
Beautifully
movie.
shot.
I thought they'd be on a cruise. I thought they would be, fine, I guess,
Yeah, I
fellas.
guess Mountain really threw you.
Well, I thought it was mountain in the verb sense.
Oh,
They're
like
mountain.
Right, when
They're
someone
mounting each other.
MOUNTIN apostrophe.
Exactly.
Yeah.
the elevator pitch of Brokeback Mountain is not what that movie was. And the elevator pitch is gay cowboys, right? You go, that's a whole other movie, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Just in Speedos on horses with fucking
Speedos.
lassos and they're grabbing each other into kisses. That's the movie I wanted and expected. I got there, I cried my eyes out. I'm pretty sure
yeah.
one of them dies.
Devastating.
Yeah, what
Yeah,
the
no,
fuck?
it's a devastating movie. Yeah.
I want Brokeback Mountain, the Stone Cut. And it's going to be of what I thought Brokeback Mountain was going to be.
It's just YMCA playing in the background.
A straight man's version of a gay paradise.
Real quick, can I do a quick aside
Please.
to YMCA?
Please.
Tita's dad, sorry, I got to do the voice. Oh, Tita's mom, sorry, I got to do the voice. YMCA is playing, and she goes, they took this song from us, right? So she's mad because Trump has now taken YMCA.
they.
And she was like, we got to take it back. She goes, love the YMCA song, and now she wants it back. She said something about gays and having it back and taking it back. And it was
Yeah.
like, she was on some other level. I was like, I didn't know you were this into.
That's great.
Yeah, anyway.
Wait, YMCA was taken from Thai people?
No. That's what I thought at first too.
Oh,
And I was
okay.
like, tell me more about that.
The
thought.
evolution of YMCA, how it's traveled from Thai
Right.
to gay to Trump.
No, they
No,
can't pronounce the
I
the
guess
letters.
like Trump had been playing it at rallies, and then like the Village people performed it live at like an
right.
inauguration. Like they're all in.
Playing it at rallies. Someone asked him a question he didn't like. You know what? How about we just listen to YMCA? He stopped the thing
Oh,
and played,
yeah, that's
and made
right.
everyone in the
I can't
crowd listen to
believe
YMCA.
this is real.
I can't believe it either.
It makes me feel insane.
Moving right along.
Yes.
Isn't
Okay.
it crazy that someone like that, you would think if you just heard that sentence, you go, well, I got to love that guy. Do you know what I mean?
Right. That guy is so my speed as a person,
human
like
being.
as a personality. And then it's like, oh, but he's like the most evil piece of shit of all time.
Right.
And he's
I know.
destroying not just the country, but the world for the future.
We're seeing, me and Anthony especially, we would love maniacs, right?
I love maniacs.
But now we're seeing maniacs that stay in business too long. If you give them
know.
money, Trump, Kanye, they've gone too. It's like
Yeah.
you can't give these fucking people power.
Yeah.
Were they supposed to die? Do you know what
Yes.
I mean?
Yes.
Well, this is what happens sometimes when you see someone who lives on past when they should have been out of town.
Yeah.
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 Yeah,
You know?
I know. It's such a bummer because I love maniacs and like out of control people and people who are like barely tethered to reality. Like those are my favorite people to observe
Yeah.
and sometimes lightly interact with. And man, they're ruining it for us.
Yeah.
Well, also, too, we used to give them, like, they stayed in their lane.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You go, the reason we love them is because the stakes with them, they can't affect too much.
Yeah.
So you go, like, well, I love them because they, that's the most they can do. You can't have them now to these levels.
Yeah.
Right. And they can't have this much reach. Like I think it's more
Right.
like it's like used to be the craziest person you knew, like best case scenario, they make it to a conference of some kind that has a lot of people in one room where they can
Yeah.
like really, spread some crazy. But like that was it. And now like the internet, like now they all can like reach everybody. And people are like, I don't know, I saw it in print. I guess it's a real thing from a smart person. And it's like, no, it's a crazy man's ramblings. Just because it was on the internet doesn't make it real.
I used to work with this guy, Peter, and I'm sorry that I got a little distracted, but I was thinking about Peter. He used to wear white jean shirt, white jeans, X-ray guy.
Yes, I bet they're all nuts.
He was nationality unknown.
Okay.
Like Anthony. It was an accent.
Anthony.
He had an accent I've never heard. I used to tell you about this guy was very much like Sun-Tune. Like
Right.
he was accent unknown, and he would eat. I asked him his name. I said, I remember the day I met him. I went, I was like, hey, I'm Greg, and he goes, Peter. Like he said it in
Like
a way,
suspicious?
like, wait, is your name Peter? He was like, Peter. And I was like, okay, Peter. And he was like, okay. And I was like, all right. And he used to carry mason jars, and he would, before people were doing mason jars. So clearly he would eat things, dump the jars out,
Yeah.
and he would fill it with this white creamy liquid. And I was like, what do you have for lunch? He would go, oats. And he would say oats. And he would chug these creamy, lumpy oats out of a jar. And I was like, and now the thing is,
This sounds like your Brokeback Mountain.
I know, I love that man.
Yeah.
But if he would have got, if that guy's on TikTok, he gets rich, he's ruining the country.
Right.
That man needs
Right.
to stay where he's at.
Yes.
And he's great. And I loved him.
Yes.
Oats?
Oats?
It's like, you're a Martian, man. I believe there are Martians among us, and I believe Peter was one of them.
Yeah.
Anyway, so anger at the bringing us back to the road.
Oh,
Yes.
right.
Now, you finally, what did you guys do in your time outside of the pho place? Like, did you just literally walk around the block? Also, where in Burlington was this pho place? Is it on like that main drag?
So it's a bit off the main drag,
Okay.
and that's a great question about what we did.
Yeah.
We had a small mission, and that's what you want in a day like this.
Small
Yes.
mission.
Where it's
Small missions.
A day where you have nothing to do, you just want a little bit of direction, and the
Yeah.
stakes are so low.
Yes.
But it gives you something to go, something to strive for. Greg needed a pair of socks and underwear.
Yeah.
Perfect. Small mission.
Perfect errand.
I was at us. Here's the thing, though. Those places, it's all tourist fucking shops.
Right.
They don't have
Yeah.
regular socks
Right,
and
just some
regular
white
underwear.
socks.
They have
What do you think regular underwear is?
they have $70 hiking socks.
Right.
And like special
Fancy
Helly Hansen
Yeah, yeah.
underwear, $90 for dropping out of a helicopter. And I'm like, I don't
Navy
need 90
SEAL socks.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, I just need reggae. We used to call it in the restaurant business reggae. We go, we need reggae socks. Reggae meant
Regular?
regular. Yeah. You know.
Got it.
Yeah.
How often were you guys talking about socks in the restaurant?
Be surprised how much this comes up at Fridays.
Reggae. And then we say no helps. No jalapenos.
All right.
Yeah, that's just something else. Also, no, I did not dye my hair. So we find the socks. Did someone say that? No, I always look like this way.
I wasn't thinking about it, but I am now.
No, it's the same. It's been the same like this. It's been like this.
I can't tell what's happening.
This is an unbelievable way to tell a story.
Yeah, so anyway.
No, I think it's exactly the pace that I need this story to be told.
Yeah, this is
So
awesome.
you needed to go. Okay, so you're on the main drag in Burlington, Vermont, which is like a
Right.
cutesy, touristy, like bookstore, fancy clothes,
Yeah.
brasserie.
Exactly.
You need regular socks,
Reggae
and
socks.
some underwear. That's the task besides getting the soup.
Yes.
And we had walked in, and the day before. We had walked in a bunch of stores too. Just remember that one comic book store that we walked into.
My favorite.
That was great.
This is a
There's
great
great
experience.
stores there.
yeah.
How did that
open?
So there was a
What happened?
here's the thing. If I don't know if you're a woman or a man anymore, I just say there was some babe. That's my new gender thing.
All right,
Babe is
that's
pretty
your
cool.
gender
It was a
neutral.
babe.
That's pretty
There was
good.
a real babe at this comic book shop. And we walk in, and Anthony, this is the move, right? And he doesn't move my dad did. Whereas, like, he's talking to me, but then turns away from me and opens the
I open it up.
story.
Oh.
He opens up the story to the
Love
people.
that move.
Yeah.
Love that move. Take it to the public sphere.
Yeah, it was something about how much I shower. My showering
Yes.
socks underwear problem.
Yes.
Because
What was your showering socks under? Like,
This is a good thing to bring to Libby.
Clearly, you needed socks and underwear. That seems to be a big kind of mission here.
Yes.
Walk me through how showering's part of it.
so I bring an exorbitant,
Exorbitant?
extreme plethora of socks and underwear.
Don't stop at 3, man. Keep going.
going.
Keep
Three's
going.
all I
Keep
got,
going,
man.
man.
Thesaurus episode. We just say words.
A yak slot. Yeah, a cow hassle of socks and underwear. When I run out of words, I
We got a clip.
So I do like 3 days. I'm bringing 7 pairs of
10
socks,
each,
7
yeah.
pairs of underwear, right? Because I got problems, right? My problem is when I wake up, I gotta do a shower to wake up.
Yeah.
Fresh. You too. He says no.
I don't do a wake up
But like
shower.
I did not shower this morning because I showered last night because of my schedule, and it really just like it's taking me a long time
Your
to be
skin
like.
is glowing.
Thank you.
Yeah, you look great.
It's taking me a minute to
Down,
be like
boy.
back.
Down.
Good Lord.
That was funny to me. Sorry. Thanks. All right.
But I need a morning shower to really feel like if I have to do something like really important, a shower is happening.
Okay.
Sorry that I
What's-
didn't take one today. I wasn't
Nothing to
trying
apologize for. I've never taken one for the podcast.
Well, we could
You have
tell.
0 to apologize for. Thank you very much. I
we
take that as a compliment.
Can we do Down Boy as our new swing?
Down Boy's fun.
Down
You
Boy's
know?
funny.
Whatever
Down
it is.
Boy's
Down Boy.
Down Boy's a fun shirt too, by the way.
Down
Down
Boy.
boy. Yeah, that's great.
Whenever you see something, Down Boy. That's the thing. Me
Back
too.
on the leash.
Yeah.
What's the? You were like, I take a shower for certain situations.
Yeah.
You said, what are the situations?
Well, like if I have to do like a full serious day of working of some kind, if I have any kind of medical appointment and I want to be sharp for.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sharp for a medical appointment. What do
Well,
you mean?
I always have a million questions I want to ask my doctor, and then I get in the office and I'm like, yeah, I'm fine.
Really?
And I'm like, what about all the stuff you wanted to talk to them about?
You get nervous.
I get and
you
I
freak.
forget what's wrong with me.
Absolutely.
And then I walk out of the doctor's office like my foot falls off, and I'm like, oh, that was the problem. I wanted to talk about my stupid foot and my bad ear and all my
Yeah.
And I forget, and they're just like, anything wrong? And you're like, not really.
It's a lot of pressure.
Isn't that so much fun when you're at a doctor and they bring up a thing that you were like, why didn't it? They were like, and obviously this has been bothering you for quite some time. And you're like, that? I don't even know what that is. What?
Yeah.
I haven't even looked at that.
Had it cross my mind until just now.
Yeah. The red streaks coming down from your eyes. It's like, those are a thing?
Thought that was normal.
Yeah.
Every time, at least a couple occasions I've been to a doctor where they go, you're here for this other thing. And I go, that's not what I'm here for. And then they treat, and they're like, well, you should be here for that.
Yeah.
Right. And you're like, oh, they're like, you have to actually go see someone else for that. I will say, I also like, I need to shower before and after flights.
Of course.
I don't like.
Julie's the same way.
I don't like
get
getting
this.
on a like unless it's like one of those ass early. Like I had a 6:15 flight recently, and I was like, well, this is still night.
Right.
So like I took a shower at night.
Still
That
night is
one-
a big thing for
Good call.
showers.
That one held over. I was like, I don't even know if I need to brush my teeth again. It's only been like 3 hours.
Counting it still as night is a huge move. I do that a lot.
Yeah, for
It's
early
like,
for early flights or early
Yeah.
early stuff.
It's like it's still night. This is still. I'm telling my body. It's like, look, I'm walking to
Yeah.
a plane, but as soon as we get on there, we're going back to sleep. It's still bedtime.
Yes.
It's still night.
Yes.
This is a continuation of bedtime.
Yes. Yes.
Bedtime can happen in other places.
We just relocated.
Yes,
Yeah.
I even tell the people, like the air stewardesses or whatever, I'm just like, I even have to like, hey, where's my chair? Okay. Like, I'm like, I'm still sleeping. Like, I can't fully get my brain to believe we're awake.
Still a
not there.
dream. Still a dream.
Yeah. I'm walking with a pillow, like, where's my water? I'm up to pee on this plane. Still night. Still night.
Still night.
Right.
Still night. Keep
Here's
your
my
shoes
card. Still dreaming. Still dreaming.
So to further explain my socks underwear problem is I have a thing where I wake up, I have to take a shower to start the day.
Are you sleeping in socks?
But if I do stop,
Psychopaths.
Kids.
But you never know.
children,
Kids.
children,
fine.
And when I'm sick, I'll do
Psychopath.
socks.
And like people who are like, I'm cold all the time. Like those people.
those
Yeah.
people.
You have just put on a shirt.
The hottest people on earth.
Right.
Us.
No, sorry.
People
Keep
who
going.
are always cold are
People
sexually
are always
hot.
cold. I was in my head. That's a very hot woman who
Yes,
owns a
it's a
tiny
thin
dog.
woman. Yeah.
Thin woman. Yes.
Let me
A
just
dog
get
that bites you too.
through this thought of my. Let me just get through this.
No.
Yeah,
Yes.
sorry,
Souring
man.
process, and then we'll do that. Then we'll do whatever the fuck you people keep interrupting me about.
No, we're doing one story the whole episode.
No, we're
I like
really
the guy too
stretching.
who goes,
We're doing a good
"Up
job."
boy, up boy, up boy.
Yeah. Well, Butrin,
Heel.
I stopped coming. That's what people are telling me, but I have still been coming.
I've
You been
never
coming?
been worried about your sexual prowess and your
Yeah.
horny levels breaking through whatever they say.
Yeah.
Yeah. It didn't even, not even. And I said that. Oh, God damn it! Because I do want to finish the sock thing. But when the doctor was asking me, she was like, "How's it Butrin? Also your sex drive?" Because I was like, never, not even touched, baby. I'm still hard. Like I said things, and my doctor was like, "Are you crazy?" Like I still jerk off like 6 times, and she was like, "I mean, there's better ways to say that." She didn't have to
Yeah,
be
you
so
could just say,
discreet.
it's good. Thank you.
Yeah. I've got more variety in what I've been looking at. I type in showers, which feels better. It's just like a shower thing because there's usually a story associated with a shower
Yeah.
sex scene. So anyway, my sock thing, back to showers,
Yeah.
is if I wake up, I take a shower. Now, my rule is if socks touch my feet for even 0.0 seconds, the socks are burned. Okay? So if I put clean socks on and then I take a shower, if I'm even have the socks on for 5 minutes, I'm not going back into the socks.
I understand that.
It's got to be fresh socks every time.
Yes.
So that means if I wake
And
up,
underwear as well.
right. So if I wake up, I can't go to I have to wake up, take a shower, then go to the gym.
Right. Or like
Then-
if you're like, I need to get coffee, it's like, well, I got to put on something dirty to go get coffee and
Right.
then come back and take a shower and put on my real socks,
That's why I
underwear,
bring
and
flip
shorts.
flops because I go flip flops are not socks are not needed. Right.
Okay.
So I go in, I wake up, I take a shower.
Not like dirty,
No,
but like
just,
the socks of the previous night. It's kind of like it's still night until I've showered.
It sparked an idea that I'm going to hold
Okay.
on to.
Well,
until
excited.
after
Well, I'll
this.
say this though, but I can't put on the socks from last night back on because socks never. Once
I
they are
see.
off, they are off.
Okay,
Okay.
I see.
That's my thing. Right. So I take a shower. Then if I go to the gym, well, now I got to shower again. Now I've already gone through 3 pairs of underwear and socks by this time. So I'm just burning through socks and
yeah,
underwear.
your burn rate is crazy.
So Anthony and I are talking about this in a comic book shop to where he goes, "Your burn rate is crazy." He
Yelling,
says
I'm
to
yelling.
the
I know what
babe.
I'm doing.
Yeah.
Sometimes
I know
when
exactly
I
what I'm
decide now it's a group activity,
Yep. Yes.
I'm just like, and it's not only for them, it is now required that they
Yes. Yep.
participate.
Well, the babe is also going, Anthony reads the energy.
that was
Okay.
And so now he's like, well, Greg, we'll make a fool of Greg in front of this person.
That is exactly. You're dead on, man.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
fun.
Being a little bit of a playful bully.
Of course.
Yeah.
Playful bully.
He picks up a Lego set. He goes, "Hey, Greg, you into this bullshit?"
I don't do all that.
Mouth open to the babe. How's that one? How's that one?
I'll say that's below my tactics.
You were an inch from it. You were an inch from it.
I'm an inch from it because I've done that before and I've gone, that's
Of
too
course.
much. I think that's actually shitty.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. I'm like, this is a fun conversation.
Right.
Yes.
The amount you're in, it's fun, it's lighthearted. It's not, this isn't an area where I go, if you took a dig at me because of this, I would go, this is fun.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
I don't feel whatever. And I could see her wanting, I could see the babe wanting to get involved.
Right,
Yes.
right. The babe wanted to be
Right.
involved.
The babe wanted to be
you're
involved.
Putting it out there as an invitation.
And this is a fun conversation, so let's open it up.
yeah.
Right.
So, yeah, that's what we did.
Yeah. I cannot remember
But what this led to
But that
was
was the
this
day
really.
before.
Oh, no,
this
I
was
just
the day
trying to remember
before. What that led to was this great conversation, continual conversation between you and the babe about comic books.
About comic
Yeah,
which
there you
was
go.
more so socks, underwear, shower usage. We did about 20 minutes with the babe on the you really just reading me out, doing a Larry David bit
It was very
to the babe.
Yes.
You know, and I mean, I'm across the store. He's in the front of the store, and we're being like, 3 pairs. You need 9 pairs
It
of
was
socks.
very Larry and Jeff.
Yes. Yes.
But there was
Well, that's-
nobody
yeah.
in there.
Yeah,
Just the babe.
right. And that's
Just the
like a
babe.
very different thing where it's both like easier for you, but I would imagine more stressful for the babe who is now like I guess I have to be part of this because it's just them and me.
Tell him.
Babe wanted to be involved.
So much.
100,
She
yeah.
wanted to be involved
He,
so
she-
much.
Babe, we
in
don't
the
know.
position where a person does want to be involved, that's great. But I could also see I've been in that one where I'm trying to like Alyssa and I like to try and make everyone like us.
Of course.
So like
Got it.
we're like, you know, at getting coffee and it's like, oh, we're gonna try and hang out with this person right now who's
Oh,
working.
yeah.
Like we're just constantly trying to be like chatting people up and like doing dumb stuff. And when people want it, that's so great. And when they don't, you're just like, now I'm getting rejected somehow.
Oh, sure. A part of me goes, "What's wrong with you?"
Yeah.
Right.
Look how much fun. Look what a
Look
fun.
how much fun we're having.
You talk about this often with your friends,
Right.
To this degree, and insight, and sort of like no airs whatsoever.
Yes.
You're getting a full show for free.
Yeah.
And you're going to be a part of it,
Right.
And we're going to prop you up the whole time.
Absolutely. Yes, and every goddamn
Yep.
thing you
There it
say.
is.
So, also want to say this: my dad does the same thing.
Yeah, it's
but he
your dad
takes
move.
My dad takes risks you never fucking believe. This is true. Like,
This is very true.
Yeah, Anthony and I will be like, oh, fun, easy, like, oh, Spider-Man. And want to talk about Spider-Man? My dad, to me, in Astoria, New York, we could imagine what that place looks like. Looks at a woman.
We're here.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're in it. I got it.
Yelling at me, looks over to the girl who looks like, I would say, if you really became liberal, like 15 times more, like
Okay.
way more.
I don't know what that means, but okay.
Real,
But can I say this?
Get
That's
it.
a country I don't want to live in.
Yeah, exactly. No, but like, as someone who like
A lot of people
clearly
open a
is
Planned Parenthood on our arm.
right. Looks at her and he goes,
All right.
my dad, he goes, he says he doesn't believe in God anymore. That's crazy. So my dad looks at the most left-wing woman I've ever seen in my life, then yells at me about leaving religion, and she goes, oh no, you need, like he managed to find the one super Christian, and now I'm getting yelled at by a Catholic and a
stranger
Christian and a stranger in my coffee shop.
That's incredible. I'm sorry. That's best case scenario.
Yeah.
For him. Not for
Right.
me.
No.
Oh no, actually for everybody. For
Yeah, for
everybody.
everybody.
man.
Yes.
And for you get maybe a bit out of it.
Right.
That's so funny, Greg.
Yeah.
Well, worst case scenario is she then starts yelling at my dad. Now I got to yell at this lady
course.
Right.
for a thing I agree with her on.
Right.
Of course.
Yes, it becomes like an unwieldy argument very quickly in any other direction than where it went.
Yeah. Or she was so cool that she went, yeah, I don't believe in God, but what I see what's happening here,
Right.
and I
Right.
got to take the
Yeah,
dad's
she could have
side.
been like, yeah.
yeah, you're
you know.
right. But she
Yeah.
did it. She had those eyes.
She was like, no,
The Christian eyes,
Oh, my bad.
when they're smiling and they're like,
you need
yeah.
God.
The eyes were something. The machine was.
No. I know
was
those
thinking-
eyes.
Those eyes.
Those eyes. I remember being fooled by those eyes by a girl in Salem, Oregon, where I really thought she wanted to go out with me.
Oh,
And
no.
then she pitched church.
This is a. Now, would you like to extend? Because if you don't want to extend the story, I know I have one of what you're speaking of. Because I don't know if you remember, I was on a wild Christian run after
Yourself?
after high school. No, every girl I dated back to back
run of-
turned out
I see.
being born again Christian,
Yikes.
and they were finding me, and it was insane.
Well, I feel like once it's one of those things where it's like once you date one person like that, everyone's like, oh, it's okay. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
he's one of, all right.
You could smell it on them now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was every
It
single.
was like that Seinfeld where it's like you just have to date one hot woman and then all the hot women will want to date you because you've like proven there's something to you that you could date a hot woman. George does it.
Yeah,
Right.
My theory
Same thing,
is
but with born again Christian women.
either A, they thought they could turn me, kind of like the gays now, or B, they're like they A, they thought they could turn me, or I don't know what B was. I had a B that was.
What
really
was the
funny
other
and it was
reason
gone.
they would date you? Or they think,
I don't know. Doesn't matter.
right.
Anyway,
They could turn you.
so-
You're safe enough. What do you think B might be?
Yeah.
I'm
B
curious
was,
about the
was
B.
funny. A was that they think they could turn me,
Right.
Or B, they're like, oh, there's a bad boy. You know, like,
Right.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
is the
yeah.
bad
Like
boy.
I'm gonna.
This guy is
this is my way of rebelling.
right.
Is
like-
dating a man who just kind of believes in God instead of his
Right.
or whatever. Yeah.
And then you look back and you go, how sad am I? I'm your version of a bad boy.
Right.
Do you
Right.
know what I mean? You start to
I'm
really.
going through 10 pairs of underwear a day.
Yeah. If I could tell this one real quick, I'll just
Please.
tell you this one real quick because I went through that so many times.
My story was one line. So
Yeah?
go
Yeah,
ahead,
what is
man.
Got there.
I
He's on it.
already did it.
Thought it was
Oh,
a
okay.
date. Turned out to be church.
There
my
was.
ex-girlfriend, I was dating a
Grand
girl.
opening, grand closing.
My girlfriend who I was in love with, first real love of my life, broke up with me, as we know, after 9/11 because
She was a terrorist.
Broke
She
up
was-
with
she
me,
was-
as we know, after
Yeah.
9/11.
She was in the attacks.
Yes.
yeah. Her dad was like, they're super Christian. They fucking got into a thing about it, whatever. After 9/11, she ends up with the Christian boyfriend. My heart is broken. I'm in Barnes & Noble reading Spider-Man, a Spider-Man comic book. This beautiful black woman, like a model type Beyonce looking woman, walks over to me as I'm reading Spider-Man and she goes, I love those shoes. And I immediately go, I know what this is. I immediately
What
was
shoes
like,
were you wearing?
I was like, they were kind of cool. They were like slip-ons.
Because
and
I'm
they
like,
were tweed.
was it like a very obviously not good shoe where it's like, oh, this is a real scam? Or were you like, I don't know, these are kind of cool
No,
shoes?
they were really cool. They were Globe. I don't know if you remember Globe shoes, and they were like slip-ons, and they were tweed, and they were fucking awesome.
I have no idea what any of that
So like
was.
think of like a prison or like a Tom's slip-on shoe. And
But
it was
they
like
were
it
tweed.
was like a tweed thing, right? And this woman is like out of my league. Now here's the thing, right? I have gotten hot before, but I've never gotten that like black, beautiful,
Sophisticated.
Like this is a woman who
You've gotten
is-
Hooters hot.
I've
Yeah.
gotten Hooters hot.
Not
Yeah.
France hot.
Yeah, New Jersey hot.
Yeah. So I'm like, she's like, those are really nice shoes. And I like put my Spider-Man comic down. I went, yeah, right. All right. What's the pitch?
All right, where are the cameras?
Yeah. Go, let's cook.
Where's
here, lady.
Ashton?
Yeah. Because also I'm reading Spider-Man and this is before comic books were a thing
For
that
like
cool
a
people could
cool-
do.
yeah,
This is the thing that a woman would see a comic book and go, he must be, he's a fucking weirdo.
What's he doing out of his basement? Yeah.
Right. He must masturbate the amount of I actually do masturbate. They would be right. So yeah, it's like, oh, you actually nailed that. She goes, I love those shoes or something. And I was like, okay, what's going on? Right. And she was like talking to me. And then she's like, she goes, let me ask you this. She goes, I think we're about to, like, I'm like, okay, she wants to go hang out. She's like, we should hang out sometime. I'm like, okay, yeah, sure, we'll hang out.
Yeah.
And she goes, let me ask you this. If you, where are you with like Jesus Christ, our Savior? And I was like, and I stopped her. I went, look, lady, I know what's happening. You have to understand, I've been hanging out with born again Christians for like 2 years because of the ex.
Yes.
I knew their sales tactics.
Yes.
I know what they're up to. I knew what was happening. And I was heartbroken. And I was like, look, lady, I know what you're doing. I get it. I'm sorry. I don't want to do this. Right. And she was like, no, blah, blah, blah. I was like, look, I get it. I don't want to do this. And then she kept pushing it. And I went, you know what? I'm going to go. I get up and change falls out of my pocket. And she calls to her other friend, some other guy who's somewhere, and she goes, look, Gary, or whatever. She goes, he left his 2 cents. Hilarious fucking bit, right? So then I go, bing. It's like, all right, you want to fucking go? Let's fucking go, right? So I'm like,
This is the time when Greg beat up a woman in a Barnes & Noble.
no. So I'm like, all right, fuck this lady, right? I see her. I play back for a second. I see her walk up to some other guy, and I walk up to the guy. I was like, hey, man, I just want to let you know this woman is not hitting on you. She is trying to get you to come with her to some kind of Christian hangout. If you want to do that, have fun. But I just want you to
That's what it
know
is.
that's what's happening. And he goes, oh, yeah, no. No thanks, right? And so I leave back again, and then she keeps trying to talk to different people, and I just keep interrupting her, being like, this is a Christian cell. Feel free to get it. If not, to the point that now she's yelling at me in the fucking coffee shop. Her friend is out in a car. Somehow this escalates to the point that now I'm now in the front of the Barnes & Noble, and the guy is trying to run me over with his car. That is where this is. I swear to God. And I went, that's not very Christian of you, pal. And in my mind, I went over the hood, but I don't think that really happened. But maybe the memory has changed.
Sure.
I can't believe it took you this long to get on Wellbutrin.
Yeah.
Hear a story like this.
Right. And you're like 25 years later medicated?
But yeah, I was like furious. And it was like a thing. And that would constantly, real quick, one other quick one, and then I'll be done.
Yeah.
Fine, man.
You're
Take your
acting
time,
like we're
dude.
rushing out of here.
Yeah. How long are we at, Alex? Oh yeah, man.
We still got plenty of time to hit Reacher at the end of this, which is where I'm going to drive the car.
I promise you this story is 4,000% true.
Okay.
Because I have written it down.
You know what's great, man? Most people offer a 100% guarantee.
Yes.
4,000%.
Not you. You do a 4,000.
4,000.
Almost to the point where you go, now I'm looking at you funny.
Right. Now I'm like, why so high?
Because 100% is, that's how I remember it. But now I know myself well enough to go, I have remembered shit wrong. Like, I do remember getting hit by that car.
No, I
that never
remember-
happened. I was not hit by that
People
car.
remember shit wrong.
But this one, it was so
Or
crazy.
not wrong, but like the way they imagined it was.
Also, then from there to there, you watch so many TV shows and movies. You insert some of that in your life. You know what I
man.
mean?
There's so much
other
just
stories. You know, all of a sudden, you're like, oh wait, that's the Gulf War.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Yeah. I wrote this story down, and often, because I whenever I have a story, I just write them down so I can have the truth, so I can refer back to them.
Also for the courts.
Yes.
And for the courts.
Yeah.
And for the courts.
Yeah, for the inevitable trial.
Yeah. But this story is so fucking unbelievable that
Okay.
it's like insane. I met this girl. We are hooking up in my car, making out in my car. The Teal Mobile. You remember? Headed south for a meal. That was your rap line. He had a rap song, friend of meal. Anyway, that's an inside joke between Anthony and I. It's not even that good. Anyway.
I think we got the whole thing,
got it.
right?
It's outside now. It's an outside joke.
It's an outside joke.
I'm making out with this girl in my car.
How old are you? When is this?
I was a freshman in college.
Okay.
Or it's the sophomore.
All right, so college.
Yeah, I was at the university. I was at community college. We're making out in my car. We're talking. I'm like, she's like, what's crazy about you? Let's get it all out of the way now. What's crazy about you? And
like that.
I said, I sometimes put my foot in my mouth. I will say things I constantly put my foot in my mouth.
So
and
self-aware.
I go, what's crazy about you? You're not like bulimic or anything. Yep, just said it.
You're like,
said
let
it.
me just prove your point, prove my own point, and do it now.
I was young. I hadn't yet learned the lesson. She immediately starts crying and says, only my grandmother knows. And I said, my God, I didn't know. You don't look bulimic. I just...
What is that?
You know what you should have said after that? So I guess you're not close with your mom then?
Well, no, like what I was trying to say to her was that like, I picked a random ass thing.
Sure.
There was
You
no
weren't like,
hinting
I can
towards
tell. Yeah.
Right. I just said something that I clearly thought was left field.
Yeah.
Oh, God, there you go. Gosh, I feel so bad about this. I feel like I'm going to throw up.
So I'm just sitting there like, and we talked about it for a bunch of hours. It was, we were like, whatever. It was actually like, whatever. Well, I don't know that that was probably the last date. I think, I don't really remember. Either way, 6 or 7 months later, I am hooking up with a girl in my car again. We're just making out. And this was, I don't exactly remember exactly how this went, but we're making out and she goes, I forgot exactly how she said it, but she goes, we were same thing. She was like, I was like, oh, what's up about you, blah, blah, blah. And she says,
It's a bad tactic.
no, it's a really bad tactic. And I'm trying to remember exactly the wording, but the same words came out. She was like, what's crazy about you? And I said, what's crazy about you? I said, you're not born again Christian, are you? Because I had just broken up with this born again Christian girl, had dealt with this.
A little more top of mind, a little less random.
Does not look like, I did not think I would meet another born again Christian randomly. She starts crying and goes, it's always an issue. And I was like, it's not an issue. I promise. I just didn't know, whatever. Right. And I'm like, 6 more months, a year later, I am telling this story to my girlfriend. I have a new girlfriend. I'm telling the story about how twice I said idiotic things in a car. I embarrassed myself. And she goes, wait a minute, the bulimic girl, was her name blah, blah, blah? And I went, what? She goes, I went to high school with her, somehow knew her. And I'm like, I promised I would never tell anybody. Like, how the fuck did you figure that out?
Right.
As I'm talking to this woman, I swear to God, the girl, I haven't seen her in a year, walks into the bar we are in. I promise you, looks me in the eye, and I'm like, and my girlfriend at the time looks at her and she goes, walks right up to me and she goes, you didn't tell her, did you? I was like, I hadn't seen this girl in a fucking year. And I was like, I didn't. And then this is the whole story. There's nothing funny. It's just a series of me fucking things up. And then
it all came
into
into
together.
one room.
She shows up, bulimic girl's back, Boarding and Christian girl, dead. Who knows?
Yeah, I was gonna say we lost her in a little bit of the melee, but
Also, I hadn't told this story in so long. I forgot. There was like a lot of key points to it that I've forgotten. Whatever, man. That's the end of that one.
At some point, I would think you would be like, I would think I had a superpower,
Right.
you know, or
yeah,
I was,
yeah,
I would think
some kind of telepathy or
if
like
I
know more than I think I know.
right,
I can guess the thing
Yeah.
you're the most sensitive about.
Yes.
right, just
You know?
walking around the
What a
neighborhood,
skill.
right?
Right.
yeah, yeah.
What a valuable skill.
God, to be trapped in there with that ability.
Oh,
Good
God.
Lord.
That shirt isn't that tight on you.
Yeah.
It's that tight. No, that's what I was thinking. That was my
Just
riff.
walking around town being like, oh, God. Are you cheating on your wife?
Yeah. It's like Unbreakable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, he touches the hand and he's like, we got a Momo in the house. Yeah.
So you guys leave the pho place because she's like, I can't let you in here yet. You're taking a lap. You need socks and underwear. Did you find them? When
Oh.
did you get back to the soup?
This was my idea. Errand socks. Socks that you have to avoid your
great.
idea. Yeah, just socks that are
Errand
just
socks.
like, you know, you put them on to go to the coffee shop, take them
Errand
off.
socks.
Just small socks throughout your day. They're not your full day socks.
Yeah.
These are just more socks.
Yeah, but they're socks
but they're
just for
for
errands.
just this.
But you still got to pack that. What makes them
Because
different than
here's
me
what
just bringing
I
more
like.
socks?
I will wake up if I don't have coffee in my house, and I often am like running. I'm like, I had a creamer, now I'm out of coffee. Like I just go next door. There's a coffee shop, and I just like get coffee, come back, and then I'm starting my day. But I can't really do much without the coffee. If I had socks that were dedicated to these are your coffee socks, then I wouldn't need to be going through. Like I would do those back to back a couple days.
No, but what's the
That's
difference
what I
between these
mean.
and regular socks? Because
No, they're just regular socks.
no,
They're
but they
regular
can't. My
socks.
feet can't touch socks that have been touched before. Maybe if these errand socks, you rub them together and some kind of powder comes out that'll release like
I don't
a
think
freshening scent or something. I can do that. But my feet.
What if you store them in a special box that's like an ultraviolet, like kind of zaps them? It's not the same as a washing machine, but it's close.
I like my powder idea.
Seems messy.
It breaks. It's into the air like LeBron. You know, a powder, a freshening powder.
It's fine. All right, so back to the story.
Oh, real quick to add to that, real
Please.
quick, and this is what we came up with there, and I do believe I think every single store should have socks, underwear
Oh, yeah.
for sale.
Oh.
100%.
We keep 2 pairs just in case you fuck.
Yes.
I was saying this at the hotel should have this.
Yeah.
Every hotel you
Hotels
stay
should
at.
have just like
Yes.
a small, medium, large, and extra large of socks, underwear, and
T-shirts.
a basic T-shirt. Or, yeah, something.
Yeah.
Yep.
A brassiere.
A brassiere. Even
And a
if it's just a
bathing
sports
suit.
bra, I'll take that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So every store, this comedy club, it should be law.
Yep.
It's
Yeah.
like, and look, it's
I
kind of
agree.
like,
And in Talktown, we're having it.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
And you only need 1 or 2.
Right, you don't need like
You
a
replenish.
Walmart's worth of options. You
Right.
just need like enough that like if a person of some size or shape comes in and needs that,
Right.
you have a pair to sell to or give them.
Yeah.
I have this for my children. I have a bag in the car in case they shit their pants. Every restaurant should have the same thing.
Yes.
You know,
Yep.
if someone here shits their pants, you
Totally.
have a choking hazard, a fire blanket,
Yes.
have a bag in case someone shits their pants, you take care of
Yep.
them.
Yeah, I
Whatever
agree.
is tied to your establishment tangentially
Yes.
should be there.
Yes.
Whereas like a hotel, you're like, yeah, you got people traveling. They might forget to pack essential
Or their
stuff.
luggage
You have
gets
that.
lost and you're in like a fancy
Yes.
area where there's only
Yeah.
fancy shit. And
We're
you
not
want like just a basic, like, I just got to get to tomorrow.
Right.
I know, but I want to argue that not even 10. I think every store, a comic book store we went into should be like, look, we've got socks. We've got a pair of socks for a person because we're like
I
the
see what
only
you're
store
saying.
here.
Yeah,
Right, right.
just like
Every
emergency
store,
Every store.
has to have some emergency stuff.
Executive
Okay.
order.
Right,
Yes.
executive order. You got to have 2 pairs of socks just in case for
Yeah.
sale and underwear, just in case.
And they're behind the desk.
Yeah.
behind the-
right,
right,
yeah, it's
they're
not
not
for,
on
it's
display.
not
They're
for
not on
browsing.
display.
You walk in and you're like, I need the socks. And they're
Right.
like, got it.
Yes.
Because if you're willing to ask that question, we know you're in a desperate place.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we're not saying we need to shame you, but we're trying to keep them available for
Yes,
the people that
for
need
actual
them.
emergencies,
Yes.
not for somebody who's like, oh, I could buy some socks.
Right.
Yeah, this is
the,
great.
The Board of Health
I
come,
love this.
They check the fire extinguisher, make sure it's been checked off. They
No.
go, wear your socks,
You
not
got
wear
the
shoes. Let check. Okay, good. You know what I mean?
You got
Just
the
enough.
underwear? Yeah.
You got
And they're
the underwear.
serialized. You can't resell these because
Yeah.
you need
Ooh,
these.
you can't resell
You
these.
can't resell these.
Yes, yeah. They
You
can't like
can't.
Yeah, I
can't-
agree. I
you
agree.
can't. Then you stand outside and you go, "Hey, I got 'em," You know what I mean?
You can only do
Whatever.
45 miles on them, kind of like the tire, like your spare tire. You know, it's like a spare tire for socks and underwear. It's like this will just get you home.
Yeah, but
you
you
know
can't.
what I
But
mean?
it's like
One wash cycle, they'll disintegrate. They're built that way.
they're always very cheap. But yeah, somebody can't buy the pair of socks from the store
Mm-hmm.
and then go outside and be like, I'm the one who has socks. And if you see someone in a crisis, be like, they don't have socks, but I have socks, and they're $45. Like,
Yeah.
You can't. None of that. We're not scalping.
You have to rip the seal has to be broken. You know, it's like a seal. It's
Yeah.
like a resale if the
Yeah,
seal's
yeah,
broken. Not for resale.
Love
on
it.
these
Not
things.
for resale.
Yes. So we're back to the store. We back to the.
Yeah. Speaking of socks and underwear, I have to go to the bathroom so badly.
Okay.
All right.
Where
you
are
wanna
we at
take a-
time wise? Oh, 56.
Oh,
Yeah, but we didn't even get to this.
we didn't finish the story.
Well, I say we do part 2. I say this is a 2-part. The soup
That's about to
story
wait
is a
next week.
2-part saga.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so we can be like, we got soup.
that's what I
never
think.
even
So
got the-
I think it's a great move.
We never
right.
got to the soup
Well, I don't
or
want Anthony
Jack
to shit
Reacher.
his pants because we don't have underwear here.
That's fair. It's fair.
Plug my dates.
All right.
All right,
I don't know
go
Anthony's
see Anthony
dates.
on the road.
Yeah, just go to follow
I
me on
have ours.
Instagram
Go.
at comedian Anthony DeVito.
We can finish up.
And I will. I'll tell you of your dates, Anthony, because we have his dumb dates together. One is when does this podcast come out? This Wednesday or next Wednesday?
Next Wednesday.
Okay, so last week Anthony and I were at Soul Joel's. I hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, that's it. That's all I know for that.
Yeah.
What do you know? Oh my God, I don't have any work coming up.
I'm gonna be in a thing.
Jesus
I'm gonna be in
Christ.
Alabama at the end of March.
What?
So I know, a weird sun thing, but it'll be a fun show with me and Gondelman, and so come to that March 27th in Alabama. I don't know where in Alabama. But otherwise, join our Patreon if you want to buy ad time.
We have an ad.
We have an ad.
Anthony, we didn't read
Anthony,
the ad.
we have to do it now.
Oh,
Fuck.
all right. No, we'll just
Or
do it
can-
next week.
Okay, we're gonna do it next week.
We'll do it next week.
Okay.
We have an ad.
All right.
All right. We'll see you guys real soon. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.